This just ain't nothing but business. You adjust your costs off.
Yeah, I can adjust
you
my
adjust
cost.
your costs.
Yeah, I can adjust my
Yeah, you
costs.
just adjust your costs. If you
Right.
see there, you see the windows
It's
already
already done. I can
already done.
take
You
that off
just
the
adjust your
contract.
costs
Yeah.
off whatever it is.
Right.
And go from there. Just adjust your costs. You know what it'll cost. You know
Right.
each
Right.
one of that's TG's.
Right.
One of the work is TG's work.
Right. It is.
Yeah, it's TG's work.
Yeah.
So once you get that taken care of there, you know then you ain't got to do much the bases and
Right.
baseboards and stuff like that.
Here's the thing, do y'all want Blaze to go ahead and do the woodwork? Or you wanna go ahead and put it in the paper first? It's under the bid law. Blaze was under the bid.
I know it was under the bid law, but he was receiving so much work, that's what we discussed.
Right.
And
that's
I it really, I hate to continue to discuss something that we already discussed, and it's supposed to been, the ball's supposed to already been rolling on. I mean, that's what really get me. So this might not throwing us behind. So yeah, what we need to do, put it in the paper, advertise for it, and see if we're gonna get anybody else in to bid on it. If there's somebody else bid on it, we'll just go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, but your scope of work.
It's nothing to do with
Nothing
y'all
to do with, nothing to do with that.
Right.
Okay. That's why I got confused.
Okay.
I got you. That's why I got confused. I thought it was all under one of.
That's why I came back to really find out what y'all really was expecting of me.
Yeah, so that was confusing to me too, so.
Yeah, it confused me too. But I was waiting for somebody to give me specs to
So
put
we
in the
all
paper,
on
so I was just
We all on
confused
one
about it
accord
all.
now, so we can go forward.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we
And I
gonna
will-
put, so we bidding out the woodwork, put that in the paper, that's what we're
Put
saying.
it in
Okay.
from what we
Yeah.
received from Mr. Glaze.
Got you,
The scope
okay.
of work that got to be done.
And then painting what he got.
Put that in there also.
Right, y'all will have a copy of that before y'all leave today, and I'm also gonna email Patrick.
Well, that copy gonna have to change because you
Yeah,
exclude
the
the
windows,
windows.
yeah.
So you need to
Adjust
probably,
it.
you need
Yeah,
to probably
probably adjust it.
email it back to Patrick on that.
On
Yeah,
the
just
adjustment.
email, email me.
Okay,
You just email it back to him because some adjustments got to be done.
okay.
Cause that's what your teasers work.
So eliminate prepping and painting the inserts of the window.
Yes.
We're gonna let someone else do that, right? Is that what y'all saying?
Yeah, Mr. Glaze, he can do it while he's up there.
Okay.
But y'all definitely need to get the same type of type.
Yeah, same thing, yeah, because, you know,
Yeah.
this is historical district, so
Yeah.
you can't change, you can't deviate from what's there.
Jason, just come up for a second. Jason do more bids, putting out inspections and all of this, and we always have somebody overseeing projects. And we got 2 engineers. The assistant engineer should be involved in overseeing this project when they go through, I think. Well, that's a recommendation I would make. Patrick, we put so much on Patrick. Patrick, he's dealing with so many auditors and day-to-day working. And we just, he don't specialize in this. Now, he can advertise, he can do that, but I'm asking the commissioner to get one of these engineers involved in this process.
Chairman, I agree, we're sitting here speaking, but what we're asking Patrick to do is beyond, I don't know what you know about woodwork and right spec, but I would assume it's beyond your scope of work. And like I stated previously, we should have an engineer do all this, it's just here, not there. But for Jason's qualification and code, for some engineering projects like this, is that in your scope of work?
No, not really. I mean, usually I would think, as far as window replacement, something like that, painting, everything like that. If you really put together a good spec package, it's going to be pages thick detailing how it should be cleaned, how it should be primed, and how it should be painted, all that. I mean, typically in the building, you would have an architect do that.
That's gonna cost more money then.
But that'd be correct. You
That's
get it
correct.
done correctly, a good scope of work, everybody's bidding on the same thing and following
The guidelines.
the scope of work. That's what we need.
But do we wanna go that route to get architects involved in this?
I would suggest,
Now, that was the cheaper way.
and I know we've talked about this before and kind of, beat this horse before, but, the whole courthouse needs looking at as a whole. Really. I'm talking about inside, outside, top to bottom, getting an architect to look at it from that standpoint, breaking all this stuff out, and then seeing what really can be afforded to be done.
Well,
And then I'll tell you this too. as far as grants, going after grants and stuff like that, you're usually gonna have to have an architect draw those up anyway with a good set of specs and then put those out for bids. I mean, that would kind of enable you to go after
Can we
grants.
get architect firm to come? But we paid one 25,000 to go away and some that came and, I don't know.
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I think his name's Merritt with Goodwin Mills and Kaywood. They did this building before, they did the library, they're familiar with the building, they know what needs to be done. And if we're gonna really do it right, I would reach back out, he offered his services here to us before. And just reach back out and let an architect of that caliber, who knows all the cracks in the building. They did it 20 years ago when Barbara mentioned, you know what I mean? And they're familiar with the building and is willing to assist us with this. He came and told us this. And I would be for reaching out to him and get some specs for the woodwork or painting or whatever. Give them Mills and Kaywood, and we would have something, we might go to simple grants, find some money, we can do something, and do something with, have something to work with. I mean, he said he was willing, he talked with all of us, and said, and he was willing to take a look if we wanted to do it and help us any way he could. I reach back out to him today and see if he's still willing. See, that would take. And then whoever bids, they'll be doing the same work. Wouldn't be no piecemeal out there. Well, I said I was gonna do this, didn't do that, do the whole complete package, as it relates to it's windows outside or inside the whole courthouse. And do what piece of it we could. If it's just painting and fixing the outside, we do that piece, but he'd give us something we could work with.
Well, gentlemen, we have two recommendations. Chairman recommendation is we use our two engineers to oversee the project is ongoing by the specs per Mr. Glaze. And our engineer suggests that we hire an architect firm to come in and do the whole spec and of the whole work. Now, I know we can't afford to do all the work at one time, but we can put a package together and do it in phases. Right now, I don't understand why if we got a water leak around the windows.
That'd be the first to fix it.
Exactly. Let's fix that. I don't know why we can't. I don't see we need an architect firm to fix that. On that scope, to prevent water from coming in here right now. I think that's how it all started. Water's leaking inside the courthouse. And we do know more work needs to be done by that. So I'm all for the long-term thing, fixing the whole courthouse up in phases, but at the same time, fix what we have, not what we can right now.
Well, I think we could do that now.
Okay.
Getting the architect is to fix this heat and air conditioning problem that we have and this
Everything.
elevator situation.
Everything.
And we keep kicking the can down the road, putting it off, and then we actually need companies to come. They've been here, and we let them walk out the door. We had one company came in, you hired them, and then you gave them $25,000 to go away. I don't understand.
But the reason that company walked away because we didn't have funding. See, we talk about these projects, you gotta have funding. I mean, there's no need to hire a firm to do something. We don't have a plan for the
We
funding.
should have gave them $25,000 to start.
Hey guys, all this talking, it's gonna be 20 years, y'all ain't gonna still get a window done. And I mean, we got Mr. Glaze here local, ready to do the work. I mean, we just talking about architect that Mr. Glaze can fix them windows just as perfect as anybody can fix them. And I know that for a fact, because I don't seen the scope of work that he do. And I can stand behind the scope of work he do. So let's not kick the can on talking about these windows now. Let's get these windows fixed.
I'm with you on
Yeah,
that.
let's get these
But
windows
the
fixed.
question is, do you want them to put that in the paper?
Put
or do you
it,
want to
I
just
said
hire
it, put it in the paper,
Put it in the
put it back
paper.
out for
Put it
bid,
in the
and guys,
paper.
let's go forward.
Let's
It's
go.
that means something else we can discuss besides the window.
That's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a thought outside the box, sorry, I'm a newbie, so tell me to shut up. Auburn has an architecture school. I think Alabama might as well. Has anybody even considered reaching out to the colleges? And just seeing, I know it's not a perfect architecture plan, but there's probably grad students or undergrad that could use some projects where they do it for free and you work with their teachers. Just a thought. I know something of that nature was done in town years ago for like an overall revamping of the town.
Yes, sir.
Jason will know them.
And I'm willing to help out whatever you need to help out, like what we talked about earlier, but yeah, I mean, Auburn, they're helping out with the Merritt School. They're helping out with that as well too. And they do have some students and they have professors up there to do some sort of, help work like that. But as far as really putting together a whole package that you wanna take out.
Oh, yeah,
And-
I'm just thinking, do what you can with what you have
Sure.
while you're lamenting what you don't have.
I mean, it is an option, but they are working with us, well, I say us, Midway and the group out there to try to get the old school, back, in good shape, so we do have some experience, with them, working with them, we'll continue to work with them. That project is currently ongoing, but, I understand your point.
Commissioner Larkin,
You mentioned something about Tuskegee, you
well,
remember?
we
you had Tuskegee
had
together.
Tuskegee University want to intern with us to do, they specialize in this type of stuff, but as always.
As always, what? No money, no consensus.
Well, you gotta
That
have.
was just a thought, I'm just a spectator here, so.
I'm just saying one thing, you gotta have leadership, but no matter what aspect of anything you go behind, you gotta have leadership that's gonna push it. You see what I'm saying? You just can't throw something out there, you gotta get in there and grind to get it done. Say, hey, I got a project here, I gotta get it done, I'm gonna be the one pushing it, I'm gonna be the one behind it, I wanna make sure it's get done. You gotta have that, if you didn't got that, it's just a waste of time. Lip service, everybody got lip service.
That's why I'm back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To show you that I want to
You
be
delegated to do it, let's do it.
Thank you, Mr. Hodge.
All right, thank you.
All right, so gentlemen, I was putting everything in the paper.
You gonna have your
Grades,
stuff,
right?
you gonna email stuff
No,
like that.
I got a hard copy today, but since I just found out the windows, that the other gentleman gonna paint the windows, so I can take it off the bid.
Okay, you just email that part back.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Okay.
Jason, you had anything, you want to discuss on the agenda?
Only thing, I have, it's nothing to be really approved, it's something that has to be presented to the commission. I'll go ahead and give you a copy of it. But, this has to be presented to the commission, the, first meeting of the year by the counties. And it's basically just breaking down what has been spent. And this is fiscal year 2025, so, you're talking about a while back. So this is,
I got the email.
that went up to, October of this past year. And this basically just shows the breakdown of federal aid exchange funds and the county rebuild Alabama funds, what was spent on during that fiscal year from those particular funds. So in that year, it's County Road 42, County Road 50, and then Hayes Hill Road were all, paid for out of that during that year, fiscal year 2025. So that basically just shows what was paid out of that. Is this something that has to be entered into the commission minutes? It's not necessarily, from what I read, have to be approved, it just has to be presented to the commission and then entered into the minutes.
Just want to do that today.
Please.
Okay. Any questions for? Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Anything y'all, got a little time? Mr. Rogers,
We want that on the agenda too.
today.
Jason,
Mr. Larkin,
Chairman.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Could you give us a little update on the project, the community development block grant project, when it might get started?
Glad you reminded me about that. And this, I'll just mention one more thing about this. This doesn't really reflect all the funds, maybe some 3R funds or maybe some capital improvement funds that went to pay for some of these projects as well too. So that's why they may, you may see the numbers, it's not necessarily the total cost of the project, but we did talk to the contractor a couple of weeks ago. I guess it was back before New Year's for sure. And at the time, he was looking at about 2 weeks, which would probably put it next week, starting the CDBG project. That's his plan. They're doing a little maintenance on the asphalt plant. Assuming that goes well, and then dealing with the weather, if it maybe warms up a little bit, I anticipate them starting within the next week or 2 weeks, mainly just depending on the weather.
Okay, thank you. And now that's CDBG. What paving projects are coming down the road here in 2026?
You know, we've got several, you know, that depending on funding that comes in, but you know, lined up next is basically trying to close out the rest of these projects that were identified when we first looked at this ATIP and these county transportation plans. Was a county road, Antioch Church Road, County Road 53, Sunflower Road, County Road 21, and Strawberry Road. So those 5 right there. And then we do have some other grants that may be coming up. I'm looking at those, some grant applications coming up in the near future. Hopefully I'll bring something back to you next meeting about those. If you have any input on that, just let me know.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Larkin, you had anything you need to add to the?
Well, I just wanna.
Oh, I'm sorry, we got a couple things before we get there. I'm sorry. The courthouse light. Commissioner Gowan, the courthouse light. It's on there.
Yeah, well, Miss Harris upstairs, chandelier is not lit. Right in the hallway, you know, when you come in the door, chandelier is not lit. Coming down, you see the lights right here in the center that are going out there? You got about 6 or 7 right down the center of the courthouse, and only one is lit in the morning. You come in, it's very dark, you know. So lighting, and I'm up there every day, and they're asking me about this lighting and what are we gonna do about it. So that's another question. Now this lighting, you mentioned the exit light, you know, and that, but all the lights should be working, you know, that's in the courthouse. So
We showed that to Mr. Glaze, and when we first showed him those things, he fixed the steps that the insurance had to do. He stopped working on these things we got done, we need to do in the courthouse, that he was supposed to be doing. He went down and built the kitchen to the jail, and he haven't got back to some of the things that he's supposed to have been doing, like finishing the exit lights in our facilities and the lighting out front there. So whenever he come back to work, or if he gonna come back, we'll have to do the bid. I want to do this.
Well, that's it. The light's been out, you know, at least 4 months since I've been up here, you know, and no action's been taken on this lighting, you know,
It's
so.
been out for a while. Like
Yeah.
I said, we showed him that. And like I said, he stopped working on that to go build a kitchen to the jail. And once he built the kitchen to the jail, he haven't been back.
Well, Chairman, I suggest you reach out to him and see when he's gonna get to it. If not, call the lighting company, let's get the lights on. You know, just reach out to him, you know, instead of continuing to wait. It's been a long time. Just reach out to him and see if he's gonna get to the lighting. If not, contact the lighting company, you know, electrician, and get the lights on. Just reach out to him, you know, and go from there. If y'all would, yeah.
Will do. For mileage pantry.
Yeah, I just wanna, we add that to the agenda today, the federal standard mileage rate did increase from 70 to 72.5% for 2026, and I just wanna add that to the agenda today if we could.
Today? Yeah. Okay.
75 cents.
72.5.
72.5. Oh, 72.
The resolution for that Ms. McLaurin brought down, let's add it today.
Yeah, we add that today.
Okay,
We're gonna do that.
okay.
Commissioner Larkin, did you have?
Yes, I just wanna announce the Cruising the Closing Child, March the 14th. It's gonna be on a Saturday. It start at 11 o'clock. We usually end up around about 2 o'clock, maybe a little later than 2. But we're gonna have a 50-50 drawing, we're gonna have music, we're gonna have silent auction. And this event here, all the proceeds go to DHR for our foster kids here in Bullock County. And this is a beautiful event for Bullock County, and it helps Bullock County. And that way what the state don't give us, we help ourselves. And that's what we're all about, you know, trying to help ourselves this way, and the citizens help themselves about getting, you know, we as elected officials, you know, we need to, you know, definitely sponsors some of these classes, you know, like the chairman can say, he can give out a trophy. Trophy is $30. like your law firm, you can, you can get a trophy. That's $30. And we as a commissioner, as a whole body, as a whole, we can sponsor one. I mean, that's the things that we got to do for our community. I'm just asking for the support.
I'm in.
You in? That's 100%. That's good. That's good. Things like this, that's what we need to do in our community. Because we losing our young people to gang violence and I don't know what all they're doing. But the thing with it, we're losing smoking marijuana, taking all these type of pills and stuff like that. So we got to kind of redirect these kids some kind of way. And it's up to us as leaders to do that. Yeah, it's up to us to do it. So guys, we're gonna, make this a beautiful event. And I thank Ms. Gallagher and her husband, they've been supporting this every year. And we appreciate you all for what you all do. Y'all just bring your cars out. Anybody that y'all know that got old cars, have them to bring them out. Have them to bring them out. And that way we can help Bullock County. As long as we having events like this, we can help Bullock County along. We give out, and I'm gonna say this one more thing. If you come, bring a child with you. Bring a child with you, and that'll be something there. Say, hey, we used to drive these cars up and down the road every day. Say this was our transportation. When they look at an old car like that, say, oh, that's what y'all used to drive. Kids will be amazed about that. Looking at the engine, looking at everything, looking at the interior. And then that'll get them a love to want to do something like that, and then that'll get them an outlet. They might be painting your car one day. Yeah.
Thank you, Commissioner Larkin.
Yes, sir.
Adams, you have anything?
Well, I just wanted to mention one more thing about this event that Commissioner Larkins is talking about, and I went last year, and I do want to say it's a first-class event. I've been to car shows in other cities, big cities, and anybody that hasn't been, I think you would, enjoy it. As you see some old cars that are really fixed up nice, and it is quite interesting to see. So, and it's free just to come look. So
it's free.
So I just wanted to make that comment. I appreciate Commissioner Larkins, what they do to put this on, and as he mentioned, it's a fundraiser for foster children. So all the funds go to help foster children. Nothing else.
Yeah, thank you again to Commissioner Larkin for all y'all do. I mean, it's a good fellowship. I think I've attended most of them you had and supported them in the past, and I look forward to this one as well. The fellowshipping up and down the street, talking to different people coming to the community and relating to folks, it's just a wonderful event. So thank you. But time is running out, Chairman. I'd like to announce again, the NAACP Bullock County branch is going to be hosting their Freedom Fund Banquet. That's this Friday, and the speaker is going to be the Honorable Willie Durham, State Farm agent in Montgomery, Alabama. Tickets are $20, and it's going to be at South Highland Middle School at 6 p.m. Friday the 16th. That's the NAACP Freedom Fund Banquet.
Mr. Marlowe, did you?
And just to be clear, what do we have for the agenda for our next meeting? I see it here. Do we have anything? Patrick stepped out.
Yeah.
Okay. We got our county minutes, county expenditures.
Sure.
Like
And
that.
the resolution. And the
Well, that's for the day. I'm
Yeah.
talking about for our next meeting. This is the agenda setting. Do we have anything? Jason, do you have anything for the next meeting?
I do not.
No. Okay.
Patrick, step out, you got the recorders. Right back. So everybody needs to go into the restroom right quick, go take a quick break with Patrick, go get it recorded.
Well, let's get it recorded. If you don't have your tickets, I have tickets here. This NAACP banquet.